I just want to say, and I've sort of said this before, I understand that people in my sort of position, we're supposed to be super confident and believe that we know everything, and I've processed the election and I now have a perfect path forward. I don't have that. I don't know exactly what the path forward is. I don't know even for myself, let alone for you or for the Democratic Party or for an individual candidate, exactly what they should do. What I do know though is where I want us to be in 2 years, where I want us to be in 4 years. And it is seemingly worlds away from where we find ourselves right now as we close out 2024. We didn't have the right campaign, the right candidate, at least at the right time. She had a very limited amount of time to run. And coming out of that election, we have a Democratic Party that seems to be fighting as hard as it can to learn no productive lessons from the election. And that's not sustainable. If we just continue the way we rolled into the election and the way Democratic leadership has been since the election, then 2026 is gonna suck and 2028 is gonna blow. And I don't like either of those. I don't want to be having this sort of conversation to close out those years. I wanna be celebrating. I wanna be doing the show drunk. I wanna have a bottle of champagne that I've already finished by the time the aftermath even starts. And I do think that we can get there if we learn the right lessons from the election, and if we turn to a new generation of leadership for the Democratic Party that understands what they need to promise and what they need to deliver to actually win. And I'm gonna be spending the next 2 years, the next 4 years talking about that. I'm gonna be trying to find and bring on candidates at a variety of levels who will do that, who will be part of that great work. And I hope that all of you watching will be a part of it as well, by watching and supporting the show, but much more importantly, by getting out there and having conversations and supporting candidates, supporting organizations, maybe running yourself, maybe starting something. That's where I'm at this year. What are you thinking as we close out 2024?
Agree with everything you just mentioned, but also that you can't win a campaign off of just vibes alone. It's not something that you can podcast yourself out of. I think just campaigning and maintaining your stance on working class issues, it's what's going to help us get more progressive candidates to actually win elections. I think joining your local DSA or PSL is a great start to get involved in local politics and campaigns in your area. I think that would be a good lesson for 2024.
Yeah,
Get more involved with your communities. That'll make you feel
I
better
like it.
too.
Yeah, and I think that's great and very important for all of the political stuff that we're talking about. But I also think like we're in like an extended cultural crisis of lack of attachment, lack of connection. The pandemic made it 1,000 times worse, but we were already sort of on that trajectory before. And so like when I say get involved, I do generally mean politically if you can, but also in other ways too. Like get out there. I understand the black hole that can be our home and everything. And I know that life is a grind and it can get you down. And the idea of doing anything else when you're already so exhausted can be very difficult. But I think that more connection will help in a variety of ways. So I'm gonna be thinking about that as we roll into 2025 as well.